What's going on, everybody? It's YEYNotGaming, and I'm here with another video to bring you another build, one that I've been working on. I'm not really a build guy. If you watch the channel, I typically don't do builds, but I was invited out to NBA 2K26's Community Day, and I got to play around with the beta copy of the new installment and got to play around with the builder a little bit. So I decided to make a center build, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. The sole purpose of this is to be able to set screens, be able to get rebounds, facilitate the offense through break starter and throwing dimes. You're gonna have high pass accuracy. You're gonna be able to finish down low over most folks. You should be pretty pleased with this, and I left room for you to improve the build through cap breakers and takeovers. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So I started off by making him 6'11" center. I wanted him to be a little bit shorter than 7 foot so he can be a little faster. But I gave him a 7'5" wingspan, and I put his weight at 241 to get things started. But I eventually move it to 236. So don't pay attention to the weight early in this video. But I try to go by the build by badge system to kind of see where I can get. It's a few badges that I wanted in particular. So starting off on the finishing side, one thing I really wanted is a high paint prodigy and a high flow game, especially at the center position. Not your typical floaters, but your close shots to where you can do like a standing floater. I know Isaiah Hartenstein is probably the best example of that. Zubac is probably another guy. There's a few bigs that are really good at just kind of throwing up a little float shot in the paint like a standing floater or like a push shot. So I wanted to have that capability. I tried in the beginning to kind of get the close shot as high as possible to get like a gold paint prodigy, but I don't really think it's necessary. I believe I settled with an 84 close shot, and what that does is gives us a silver float game. It gives us a silver float game and a silver paint prodigy, along with a silver hook specialist. So you're going to be able to knock down some hook shots. It's good that they put hook shots, they made hook shots a priority in the close shots this year. With driving layups, I didn't really care too much about driving layups. I left it at 67, just because we're going to be able to dunk the ball onto the basket. And if we don't have the actual dunk, we can always stop and mash. And we don't have either, we can just kick it out or go for a meter dunk. So we have three options to score the ball outside of driving layups underneath the basket. So I didn't really want to prioritize that. Even then, at the end of the day, I'm 6'11", and I don't need to be doing layup mixed masters and physical finisher stuff unless I can understand if I was like a small forward coming from the wing. But since I'm going to be underneath the basket, most times with a mismatch or a one-on-one opportunity where I can try to mash and stand and dunk, don't need it. Drive and dunk, I put it at 87. I wanted to be able to catch lobs. I wanted to be able to slip to the basket and not worry about a guard taking me out of dunks. This gives us a silver posterizer and a gold aerial wizard, so I don't have to worry about that. And I wanted to go with a 90 standing dunk to really maximize our rise up within the confines of the build and get a gold rise up. Gold rise up is gonna be our best friend. This is gonna give us that big dunk meter down low. So if we're down there with like a 6'7", 6'8" power forward and they don't have the interior to really mess with it, boom, go straight up over them. Easy, easy. And we don't have to worry about backing down because this year you can pull the chair. I'm not really trying to back down. Once I'm down there, fake pass, go up, rise up, go. Let's get it. Also, the post control at 67. Another one of those things, if you've seen the guard videos, where it just kind of ended up that way. And if I try to take it down, it will interfere with another badge. So I just left it where it was. With 67 post control, we get bronze post badges. So I get powerhouse bronze and post up point bronze, especially with my strength being up at 83, that helps a lot. And remember, we have hook specialists, so we can go to the post if need be. We don't have to throw a lot of weight around, do drop sets. We can go to hooks and everything else. Y'all know me with shooting. We're making an inside build, so I didn't touch the shooting. Mid-range came out to be a 44. 3 came out to be a 25. And then my free throws a 68. And my free throw finished out to be a 69. So hopefully I just find a good free throw where I can green consistently, because this year is going to be green and miss. But a big thing this year that I'm going to do with a big, because I've never done with bigs, any of my bigs in years past, is raise my pass act up to an 87. So this gives us a bronze bailout. And what bronze bailout does is, of course, the obvious one being the pass out of shots, but it's really big in being passing out of double teams. So you want to have some little bit of bailout this year, especially with how everybody's moving. So if you're getting double, you still want to be able to pass out of it. And then it gives me gold break starter, gold dimer, and gold versatile visionary. I'll be able to have access to some takeover badges to where in big games, if we're running like a Bucks style offense, I can call plays for guys to mismatch and just be able to shoot over their guys, enhance a little bit of that dimer, raise a little bit of that act. So if I decide some games where I want to go passing takeover, it's going to help out the team a bunch. Be able to throw a lot of breaks, especially if I'm playing with somebody who's really good at leaking. I'm a center, I'm an inside center. I'm not going to worry about ball handling, not going to worry about speed with ball. I'm going to let my team facilitate me when I'm open. If I don't got it, I can either go to the post or kick it out and reset. And defense, this is probably going to be the most controversial part of the build. I know you might see the interior being only 77 and might get worried, but trust, 77 will be enough if you have a brain. You don't want to be down there just jumping around. So with a 77 interior gives a silver off-ball pass. You ain't got to worry about, if you're guarding corner in comp basketball, you ain't got to worry about your guy really going back door on you. And I mean, you're going to have enough wingspan to kind of take that away. You also still have paint patroller at silver. So if you drop, you can get decent contests on folks. And you'll have bronze post locked down to as well. To where, like, of course, you're going to be dealing with some guys that want to just throw down and just post up the whole time, but we have the ability to pull the chair this year, and you're not going to lose games to back down. Now, if you're going in solo rec or something like that, maybe you want to make a guy with higher strength or higher defense because you don't got a team to really communicate with you on how to, like, throw doubles or swing or anything like that. So maybe this might be the point where you might want to add some interior defense just for your own protection. But I play with people with brains most of the time. I can tell them to double or drop or do something or pitch or something, dig down low to get the ball out of the big's hands. But you guys might be in different situations. And I didn't touch the perimeter still because we're not going to focus on that on the inside. You got to sacrifice something. So I decided the thing we're going to sacrifice is perimeter defense and shooting. And I wanted to add my block to an 84. 84 is good. Silver high flying denier, silver paint patroller. Going to give us enough to get those blocks in the paint. We just got to make sure we're timing them correctly. We're not going to be doing stupid block attempts. And the biggest thing is our rebounding. Got purple rebound chaser and legend box out beast. Now with the ability to green rebounds, it's probably the biggest step in getting a green rebound is to get position first. So I prioritize that. I also got 90 O board. I want to jump into twos and I want to get my rank up a little bit. I gotta have a high O board so I can keep getting boards, kicking it out to my guard and snagging over the defense. And I got purple rebound chasers, so I'm gonna get good animations to it as well. And remember, we still have cap breakers, so we can always tweak that off as a rebound. We also can get a +1 to the D rebound to get all the way up to legend, which is gonna come clutch down the road. But what we're doing is kind of starting things off. And we got a decent amount of speed. 74 speed is not that bad. You do want to be wary of that though. If you want to go skinnier, you're going to sacrifice some strength. If you want to go high strength, you're going to have to sacrifice some speed. Me, I try to play as close to the line as possible. I got an 83 strength, I got a 74 speed, and I got a 75 vert. So I'm going to be able to get good animations. My brick wall is going to be at a silver. And like I told you earlier, that vert is going to come in handy with those rebound animations, with pogo stick, and with rise up and posterizer. So 75 vert is probably the best thing to go for anything above 6'5", I want to say. You're probably safe with a 75 vert. That'll get you by. And then agility. Agility is more east and west, and speed is more north and south. And we really want to focus on north and south for this one. So all together, after all that's been put together, 6'11", 236 pounds, 75 wings. We got shades of Shaquille O'Neal, of 𝐒𝐿𝐫𝐞, and Rudy Gobert. Came out to be a rim running glass visionary, which is crazy because Rudy Gobert don't really got that much offensive skill. But hey, it is what it is. Look at our strengths, absolute monster on the defensive glass. Punishes teams with second effort, immediate rise under the basket, find shooters from the paint. Dude, we're gonna be a triple-double threat. That should be the name of this build, honestly. A triple-double threat. A triple-double getter. Something like that. And then I also got a few clips of me just kind of shooting around in the open gym, in the my court. And again, like if you've seen the first video, I don't have any animations equipped. I just kind of went in there with whatever. But we got a decent sized meter around the basket, of course. But we also got a good meter when doing post hooks and post fades. So if you want to get to that point where you start working on those moves, that meter is a decent size. You got to get a post fade that works for you. Maybe something like a Jokic, or I don't know. I gotta go through 2K Labs to figure out the good post fade animations. But post fades, post hooks, before it gets patched, or if it doesn't get patched, gonna be a go-to because they're gonna be able to pull the chair. So you gotta be able to mix in some post moves. As you can see, I did a little bit of that here. And this build is gonna be able to get rebounds, box out, Gonna be able to set screens, gonna be able to finish down low, does everything you need to do. If you're a player with a brain, if you are good at the game, you'll love this center build. And I left some room for you to be able to tweak some things if you wanna add and take away some things here and there to fit your play style, along with keeping custom takeovers and cap breakers in mind too as well. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the build in the comments below. Game's gonna come out here in a few days. And I just wanna give you guys another option. If you're a big man looking to dominate on both sides of the ball. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and like the video most of all. We wanna get as many supporters as possible to grow the brand and grow the channel. Want to be able to create more builds like this and go through the typical tutorials like I typically do in the years of 2K, and that's not gonna stop this year. We're gonna dive a little deeper into a lot of the skill set this year and get as many talented players on the brand as possible, get many talented guys in the comments as possible, and that begins with you. So I appreciate you coming in. Until next time, love y'all. Remember that.